Hello, everybody, and welcome along to Championship predictions for round 43. I'm going to quickly address the space-time continuum. It is Wednesday morning. We do not know the results of the second half yet of round 42. Okay, so we have half the information that you probably have when you're doing your predictions on Thursday, but scheduling means we need to get this done. Now, that also means, Sam, we don't know the scores on the doors. I haven't checked, but I'm sure you're across what happened last night, and you were at the big shocker as well between Millwall and Leicester.
Yeah, it's great. Been treated in the last 7 days. I was at that Chelsea Manchester United mayhem, and then the first half was a bit drab last night, but for the second half, the atmosphere and for the end result, pretty amazing night. I walked away from that stadium last night thinking, God, that was a really good game to be at, and Leicester didn't really perform, but it's a good place to be when Millwall churn out a result like that. It's good fun.
And again, to address this, that may be Parkin's pick on the Championship check-in podcast, which will be out live 4 hours after this. But again, we don't know what the results on Wednesday night are. So you'll definitely hear Sam's take on his in-person experience from Millwall versus Leicester last night as we're recording. I'm going to stop with the space-time continuing and get into this. So it's round 43 predictions, Sam. We've got 12 games as ever. Get your predictions down in the comments. Give yourself a point if you get the outcome right. Give yourself 3 points if you get the score right. And you know the rules for a bonus now. I don't need to go into it. Sam, you are getting your hiking boots on, your Antarctic rucksack, and you are heading all the way down for our first game. It's Plymouth versus Leicester. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll kick off.
You better, because you saw Leicester last night, so I need your help.
Do you know what as well? I wouldn't normally do this, but considering I'm flirting with the idea of leaving now to get to Plymouth, Leicester on Friday night.
Are you going to miss the podcast on Thursday?
Put in the comments, like when you're doing your score predictions or you're giving me stick or whatever, put where I should go for lunch as well, down by the seafront in Plymouth, because it's not somewhere
Mackey
I know.
Says it's lovely down there, by the way.
Do you know what? There you go. I'll text Jamie Mackey.
There's a good person to talk to.
And he likes a nice restaurant as well, Jamie.
Oh, yes.
So I'll text Jamie. There you go.
Not a tea-stained egg, strangely. Move on.
Yeah, if anyone's got any ideas, send it, because I'll have a few hours to whill away in the afternoon. Right. Plymouth against Leicester. Mavadidi had a really good chance at 0-0 last night, and you just think if that goes in, could have been a different outcome. But Leicester didn't create loads. That was as poor as I've seen them. I thought Plymouth Argyle would not lose last night, and that was the case. I'm going to go for a draw here. Again, I'm just going to go a bit rogue. I'm just going to go a little bit rogue.
What a
I'm just
start.
I'm just going to try, and I know you're going to go for the Leicester victory. So therefore, I'm going to go for more fun for me in the stadium, 2 each. There you go.
Wow. Well, I sat here and I'm like, Sam saw them in the flesh last night. I basically just got copy whatever he says. And then I thought you were going to say Leicester are going to bounce back. You completely stitched me up. I'm in emotional turmoil here. I was going to go for the Leicester win. So what you want me to do, because I know how competitive you are, you want to mess with my rationale. So I need to stick with it then. So I will go for the Leicester win. And I think they shut Plymouth out and control the game, Sam. I'm going to go Plymouth 0, Leicester 2. But your mind games, your Jedi mind tricks are already stitching me up. Leeds versus Blackburn. I'm sure Sam will get some intel from John Eustace on this to help with his predictions. Though, no, he won't actually, because they're playing tonight, Blackburn, at Bristol City, and we don't know that result. Leeds came a cropper last night, 0-0. They lost at Coventry. They are not going to drop points 3 games in a row. No, sir. I think Blackburn will be stubborn, but Leeds will get the job done with a nervous 1-0 win. Leeds 1, Blackburn 0. Parkin.
I think I said Blackburn. I was just searching around now. I think I said Blackburn to get something at Bristol City. Therefore, I think this is one they can maybe just afford to not take the foot off the gas, but leave with nothing. I'll just have to back Leeds again. You've gone for the 1-0. I'll take the 2-0 Leeds home win.
Bristol City versus Huddersfield. Gnarly night for Huddersfield, Sam. They were leading. Everything looked great. El Collapso, and they lost 4-1 at Preston. How badly is their confidence going to be damaged?
I think it was a little bit fortuitous, maybe the manner of the victory, the margin of the victory. I thought it was a very kind penalty award, which probably does quite hugely affect the outcome. Saw there was a player arguing with the punters at the end of the game, which is never a good look. They could do with being at home in this game, really. Do you know what I mean? To try and replicate what they did against Millwall and get a little bit of noise. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to go for Huddersfield to win. I'm in a mischievous mood. 1-0 Huddersfield, Bristol City. The game's up, in the words of Basil 40. They're on the beach. 1-0. One for the kids there.
Oh man, I've got and the stupid thing is I've got an absolutely vested interest. I spent a lot of last night going, go on Huddersfield, keep winning, get yourself safe by round 46 when you've got to travel to Ipswich, and I hope you've got absolutely nothing to play for at that point. But I like Bristol City at the moment, Sam.
I'm only partly doing it just to annoy Fevs. You know what I mean, Fev, because he looks after us, and he's just like, you know. He's just there, contributor to the show, and I just like giving him a little rib shot every now and again.
Well, I'm gonna not give him a little rib shot. I'm gonna give him a cuddle because I'm gonna back a Bristol City win. I think Bristol City really tight at the back, aren't they? Probably consecutive clean sheets if I actually do the math. So I'm gonna do what I love to do. I'm gonna flip your score, which I like to do when you go first, and I'm gonna go Bristol City 1, Huddersfield Town 0. Hull versus QPR. QPR in the box seat, weren't they, at Plymouth last night? Couldn't quite get what I was considering safety over the line. They would have gone on to 49 points, I believe, with a win last night. Once again, we don't know what Hull and Borough have done. I still think QPR have done the hard yards. So I think, even though I was getting some nice comments from some Hull fans, it's amazing when you predict them to win a couple of games in a row. So I'm going to annoy them again, Sam. I'm going to go for the draw here. No one has played a draw yet in this show, so I'm going to be the first. And of course, you know what it's going to be, Sam. Hull 1, QPR 1.
Yeah, I thought it was really important for QPR not to lose last night. You know, given that this is a pretty tricky away trip, a lot of travelling involved as well, clearly, which I'm about to partake in myself.
You should have mentioned it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think QPR have got quality, they've got momentum. I think they're going to escape, and I think my gut says they're going to escape quite comfortably. So I don't want to go 1-1 as well. I'm going to go 0-0. That's random because Hull looked the business, didn't they, at Cardiff the other day? But I mean, a big impact will be had. What happens tonight as well for them? You know what I mean?
Sure.
So,
Sam, I want no part of this. Ipswich versus Middlesbrough, and again, we don't know whether Ipswich have gone back into the top 2 tonight against Watford or not.
Oh. Who do Middlesbrough play tonight?
Away at Hull.
Away at Hull. Yes, I mean, that could be really definitive for their season, couldn't it? You know, they lose tonight. That's it, really, isn't it, for them? They're acquiring snookers to a degree. I'm just going to go for the Ipswich home win. There was something there saying it could be a 2-2. I'm going to go for Middlesbrough to score. I'll go for Ipswich to win relatively comfortably 3-1.
Okay. I mean, my God, if Ipswich get 4 or 6 points from these 2 home games, I don't know if I'm even going to be able to appear on the internet for because that's then it, Sam, there's a 2-week gap, and then it's just a monstrous 3-game week to end the season.
You see that the way I'm
Holloway.
talking, though, it feels like a little bit of a cop out, but I just think, you know, when it is essentially over for a team and they are going to be mid-table fodder. It's not mid-table fodder, is it? But you know what I mean? I think that just changes the dynamic hugely. So I think if Middlesbrough, if they're finished after tonight, in essence, then that just changes the dynamic for Saturday.
It does. I'm going to shave a goal off yours for Ipswich, but I'm going to back an Ipswich home win. Ipswich 2, Middlesbrough 1, and I feel nervous even contemplating it. I'm going to be driving back from Stag Do, though, so I won't have to sit through it, although that might be even worse, just listening to it on the radio. It's Millwall versus Cardiff. Incredible win, which Sam Parkin witnessed last night down at the Den. We don't know what Cardiff have done at Birmingham tonight, but gigantic game for Birmingham as well, who are, I think, second bottom now. I think Sheffield Wednesday went above them last night with that late turnaround against Norwich, coming back from 2-0 down. Goodness me. I'm going to back... I'm either backing Millwall or a draw. I don't see Cardiff winning it. 1-1. Millwall 1, Cardiff 1.
Yeah, I think, you know, a few weeks ago, I would have said this would be 1-0 or 1-1, but I just saw something there last night. Obafemi was good. Bradshaw's back. I think there's potential of having Nisbet back on the bench as well at the weekend. And, you know, whatever way you dress it up, I just think Neil Harris was such a good goal scorer. His teams are normally, you know, historically at Millwall had good strikers. He doesn't have that at the moment, really. Doesn't have loads of goals. The home record, the home goals show you that. I just saw something last night. I think there could be like a bit of an early goal relief, a bit more comfortable against you know, I said last night, and I know you can't go too heavy on the fixtures, but my goodness me, if you could cherry pick a few fixtures for Millwall, they've got some kinder games on the horizon. 3-1 Millwall. Whoa. I'm gone rogue today. I didn't even think I was going to be able to say 2, and I've said 3.
He's gone
rogue. When was the last time they scored 3?
I don't know. Millwall fans in the comments, please. You mustn't go rogue, though, when you're playing match bingo, Sam, because you must play responsibly each and every time you get across to our partners at Match Bingo. Good fun to be had this weekend. Whilst round 43 is going on in the Championship, you can play for free on the Bingos game. You're just going to get a load of teams on your bingo card there, and they just need a goal. Tick them off as you go. But Sam, the big money, as we discussed in the predictions on Monday, is in the Premier League games. It's £2 a pop for both Newcastle and Spurs, and Arsenal and Aston Villa. One's on Saturday at 12:30. One's on Sunday at 4:30. But the reason we are plugging those two games, £1,000 in the jackpot if you can get the win. We did have our man Paul in the bonus game in the East Anglian Derby back in December win the huge jackpot. So it does happen, and it does happen to our subscribers. As I said, get over to Match Bingo. Let them know Sam and I have sent you by clicking on that there QR code. We've had loads of great feedback, loads of people signing up. We've had some winners, but just make sure, as I said, at the top of the plug, you do play responsibly. Sam, you're up first, right, for the next one? You just said 3-1 Millwall, didn't you? Okay, this is a big game. Preston versus Norwich. It's almost do or die for Preston's playoff sort of campaign. It is 8th versus 6th with a 5-point gap and a game in hand. Preston win, they can overtake Norwich in their game in hand. Wow.
Yeah, that was a real blow, wasn't it, for Norwich last night? I thought that was almost them done, wasn't it? You think another, additional 2 points?
They were 5th. They were in West Brom's place for a while.
Oh, were they? With Coventry losing, yeah. So I don't think I can be bold enough to predict a win either way here. So I'm going to take my 1-1. Credit to Preston, you know, what they did last night. And I think I backed them to get thumped at Watford and felt Huddersfield would probably get something last night. So I will be kinder to them today because I think they deserve respect for still being in the race. I can't pick a winner there. 1-1.
No, it does feel like, you know what you said about QPR and Plymouth, that QPR just don't lose that game. Feels like that for Norwich, doesn't it? If they can just come away there without losing, the loss is really bad, but anything else really works fine for Norwich. I would double up on the 1-1. I still think Norwich are in rare old form. I'm not going to go 0-0 because of Sargent and Science, and Osmajic got a hat-trick, for God's sake. Take a bow, son. 7-minute hat-trick last night.
Was it 7 minutes? Yeah.
84, 87, 91, something like that. Preston fans will correct me in the comments. I don't believe this is going to happen, but you've taken 1-1. So I'm gonna Desmond and say Preston 2, Norwich 2. God, look at this one. Sheffield Wednesday versus Stoke. Wednesday are still fighting. They may be back to 23rd. They're still in with a shout. I do like Stoke at the moment, Sam. If this was at the Bet365, I'd be saying home win. Do you know what? I'm going to back Wednesday. I've backed them to stay up a few times. I like Danny Roll. I like the momentum. Wednesday 2, Stoke 1.
Yeah, I like that prediction. I just think I've got to go with how I've played it out in my mind, and I played out Stoke getting something against Swansea. That's the night, right? And I thought Sheffield Wednesday would beat Norwich. That was my rogue one, wasn't it, from the last prediction? So, yeah.
All been rogue today.
I mean, that was random, wasn't it? The way they gave away the 2 goals, that was a bit bizarre. And then in contrast, to get 2 goals from corners it feels quite unlike Sheffield Wednesday this year. Not to say
very unlike Norwich, who are brilliant on set plays as well, aren't they?
Yeah, not to say they've been total football by any stretch Wednesday, but I don't think that's been a particular avenue for goals for them. So it was a bit weird seeing it play out like that. I'm going to go for Sheffield Wednesday again. I think Stoke will beat Swansea, and I think Sheffield Wednesday will beat Stoke 1-0.
Do very interesting things to the bottom 3. Sam, Southampton did have a good night last night. They made 3 points on Leicester and 2 points on Leeds. We don't know what Ipswich have done yet, but they're still in there, Sam. Southampton versus Watford.
Oh, I think this is the one that I can see all 3 outcomes in my
What, even
mind.
the away win?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I can. I mean, sorry, I've not got the table up in front of me now, but how vital is it for Southampton to keep winning? I suppose jostling for position, you want to be in 3rd. Can they make 3rd?
Can't make 3rd. Can. It's very unlikely, though. Basically, if they can make 3rd, Sam, they can make 2nd. Do you know what I mean? Given how
they can make 3rd.
Yeah, they're either finishing 4th or they're in the title race, aren't they? It's one or the other.
Yeah. So, doesn't really make it. I don't know. I just think Watford are quite difficult to get a read on right now. They've obviously improved. I'll go for Saints to win, but I'll go for Saints to win narrowly. I'll go for a 2-1 home win.
I was going to say that. I had both teams to score, Southampton to win. I do know what you mean with the intensity for both sides. I just think that favours the home side and the side with the better players, doesn't it? Which is Southampton.
Yeah.
You've gone 2-1. I will go 3-1 to Saints. And we will move on, excuse me, as I fumble, to Swansea versus Rotherham. And it's me first. And I'm sorry, Rotherham fans. I'm going to back you to lose. That's probably going to happen for every round for the rest of the season as Liam Richardson gets things sorted out. I think they'll get some points at somewhere in the last sort of handful of games. But I'm going to back Swansea, Sam. Swansea 2, Rotherham 0.
Yeah, and I've suggested that it's going to get tougher for Swansea tonight against Stoke. So this is all of a sudden that could become massive. You think about the atmosphere, the narrative around the club after the win over Cardiff. It was like, we're done, pretty much. That's enough to keep us in the division. Brilliant. We're beating our rivals. New manager. It's going to be great next year. All of a sudden, they could still be in trouble. I mean, it's incredible. They got to win
Parkin,
this. Then
you've got Huddersfield and Wednesday winning as well, so that would be nightmarish for Swansea.
And what have you just predicted for this?
2-0 Swans.
Oh, I'll take the 3-0.
I'm going to say and finally, but it's not and finally because we are going to do one bonus game this round. Have I missed one out, Sam? Preston, Norwich, Millwall, Cardiff.
I've got Birmingham, Coventry, and West Brom, Sunderland in front of me.
Birmingham, have I missed Birmingham, Coventry out? I bloody well have, haven't I? Let's go back to Birmingham, Coventry. My bad. And that would be me up. But no, it's you up first, isn't it, Sam?
I don't know, but I'm happy to go either way.
What a mess professionalism is. Birmingham, Coventry, Sam Parkin.
Birmingham, Coventry. Birmingham are going to win tonight. Coventry looked leggy, didn't they? It was a really lethargic first half at Southampton. Oh, this is hard as well. This is hard. I think Birmingham are going to win tonight. I think they could drop points here. I'm going to play 1-2 away win. I just don't know what's happening today. I don't know what's happening.
He's got a busy day. He's gone crazy. Birmingham cannot lose at home to Coventry in a relegation running, can they? They just
if they've
can't.
got 3 points tonight, they can do. And there's another game that they're going to possibly win at home as well in there.
Point.
What do we think? 7 points will do it for them. What would that take them to?
Take them to 49. Should do, shouldn't it?
I'm thinking 49 could be the magic number.
No, surely not that high. Surely.
No.
I think that's an absolute guarantee if they get 49. But anyway, that might be a conversation for the Championship check-in podcast. I'm going to go for honours even. And I'm going to go, I have to because it's Mark Robbins and Gary Rowett go low scoring, don't I? 1-1. There we go. So now this is the point where I should have said, and finally, but we're going to do one bonus game. West Brom versus Sunderland, which is me up first. Obviously, Sunderland managed to somehow get a point from Elland Road, which I don't think anyone...
What happened there? In 10 seconds, what happened?
Leeds just kind of didn't show up. Leeds should have had 2 penalties, to be fair, but they didn't play well, and Sunderland just sat in, and then it got a bit nervy, is what happened. But do they have the intensity away from the TV cameras to do that at West Brom? I don't think so. Sorry, Sunderland fans. West Brom 2, Sunderland 0.
Yeah, I can't disagree. I'll give Sunderland a goal. I've had a couple of 3-1s, haven't I? So I'll go for a 2-1 home win. And that'll be back-to-back for West Brom if they get it done tonight against the Rovers.
Sam, we can do a bonus game now, Southampton Preston next Tuesday, or we can throw that into the Championship Check-In podcast on Monday. What do you want to do? It'll just be the one prediction we'll have to put in with the others.
Let's put it in now.
Let's put it in now. So that is you up first, Sam. So you've really got to get your head around this. So Southampton and Preston have already played this round, which is helpful. Preston play Norwich. Southampton play Watford at the weekend. And it's Southampton-Preston at St. Mary's on the Tuesday. Remember the fire near the stadium, and that game got postponed for safety reasons.
Yeah, I'm going to be at this one as well.
Maxi, you're on fire, mate.
That's a long way ahead in my mind and my body. I don't need any restaurants down there. I've got my little parking spot on my little pre-match walk, and where I go and look at
that would make a great Alan Partridge feature. Parking spaces.
Yeah, it's very weird. Series. I actually probably won't need it on this occasion because I might get a space near St Mary's. But normally I park outside a little Thai restaurant and I have a little walk. I don't go in the Thai restaurant. I should go in the Thai restaurant. It's always very busy with Southampton fans. But I walk into the town and get myself a little coffee. Anyway, I digress. I gave Preston the point against Norwich. The game's up. Southampton going to win 3 on the spin at home? Nah, they're not, are they? They're not, are they? I'll be thrilled on the South Coast. 2-2.
2-2. There's no bonus points been played, so I'm going to abstain. So there's going to be no bonus points this round, by the way.
No, come on. Let's put them in after. Let's put a bonus point in after because I want it for one of my results I've given you. Do you want me to reveal that now?
No, I'll give my Southampton Preston prediction and then you can reveal. I'm going to back Saints to win. I think it'll be tight because it's Preston. Saints 1, Preston 0. Where is your asterisk going, Sam?
Surely, let me get it up while I'm speaking. You got to give me a bonus point for Millwall 3, Cardiff 1.
Okay.
What do you reckon?
And let's break the habit of a lifetime, Sam. Can you allot me a bonus point for one of my predictions, please? Your decision. Your funeral.
Really? I'll give you a bonus point for Preston North End 2, Norwich 2.
Deals. A good one. Sorry if it was a confusing load of predictions today, but it's the end of the season. It's a 3-game week. We're trying our best. Sam's all around the country watching 17 games every single week. So we have put it in now. Get your predictions in. And also, if you don't mind, add the 13th game, Southampton v Preston, which will be happening on Tuesday, 16th of April.
Ben, come back to me. Millwall last scored 3 goals in a game. Joe Edwards' first game in charge. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Millwall 4. Of
course.
11th of November. That is worth a bonus point or 2.
Wow. And that was the new era. And they won the first game 4-0. And then, God, Neil Harris is back later. That's incredible. That sums up the championship in one stat. And I think a very lovely way to finish, Sam, is I'm going to try and get some TV exec numbers off you to pitch them. Parking Spaces, our new series where Sam Parkin shows you where to park outside football stadiums in the UK. Now, you might see a YouTuber with millions of subscribers and views a week driving a Bentley. It's a bit more modest, I have to say, when you're covering the championship. So if you can find a few quid each month to support over on Patreon or by hitting the join button here, you are making the world of difference for myself, Shaylee, and Enid.